My grandfather worked in a cotton mill in Manchester for 43 years. Same machine, same shift, same walk home down the same grey street. He wasn't a stupid man, far from it. He could fix anything mechanical, spoke a little French he'd taught himself from a library book, and had a laugh that filled whatever room he was in. But he had a dream he never chased. He wanted to open a small repair shop. Nothing grand, just a little place on a corner somewhere, his name above the door, doing what he loved. He talked about it my whole childhood. One day, son. One day when the time is right. He died at 71. The shop never opened. The sign never went up. The dream died quietly in a terraced house in Salford, buried under decades of waiting for a moment that never came. I think about him a lot. Here's what I've noticed about people, and I include myself in this, because I've been guilty of it too. We are absolutely brilliant at putting things off. Not because we're lazy, not really. It's more subtle than that. We tell ourselves we're being sensible, waiting until we're ready, waiting until the kids are older, the mortgage is smaller, the job is more settled, the stars are lined up just right. It feels responsible, it feels mature, but quietly, underneath all that reasonable-sounding waiting, something is happening. The weeks turn into months. The months stack up into years. And the thing you were going to do, the business, the course, the conversation you needed to have, the life you actually wanted, it just sits there, gathering dust, waiting for a you that never quite arrives. My grandfather wasn't unusual. He was ordinary in the most heartbreaking way possible. Ordinary in the way that most of us are ordinary. Full of potential that never quite made it out the door. Now I'm not going to shout at you about winners and losers. I'm not going to tell you to wake up at 5 in the morning and drink cold water and become a machine. That's not real life. That's not how most people work. And frankly, it puts people off before they've even started. What I will tell you is something simpler. Time is genuinely running out. Not in a dramatic, catastrophic way, just in the very ordinary, unglamorous way that it always does. Quietly, consistently, without asking your permission. Every day that passes is a day you won't get back. That's not meant to frighten you, it's just true. The funny thing is, most people don't need a grand plan. They don't need a perfect strategy, or a complete set of circumstances, or some sudden bolt of inspiration. They just need to start something, anything. My grandfather needed to walk into a letting agent and ask about a small commercial space. That's it. One conversation. One afternoon, that's all that stood between his dream and reality for 43 years. The gap between where most of us are and where we want to be isn't as wide as it feels. It just looks enormous because we're standing still and staring at it rather than walking toward it. There will always be a reason to wait. There will always be something not quite right, something not quite ready, someone who might disapprove, some risk that feels too large. The people who build something with their lives, and I don't mean famous people or wealthy people, I mean people who feel genuinely satisfied with how they spent their time. Those people didn't wait for the reasons to disappear. They moved forward in spite of them. Not recklessly, not without thought, just forward. My grandfather's last years were good ones mostly. He had people who loved him, a garden he was proud of, a decent cup of tea every morning. But there was something behind his eyes in those final years that I recognized even as a child without having a word for it. It was the look of a man who knew. The moral is simple. The right moment you've been waiting for is not coming. It was never coming. The only moment you have ever had or will ever have is this one. Ordinary, imperfect, and entirely sufficient to begin. Your grandfather's regret doesn't have to be yours. Start the thing. Have the conversation. Take the first small, unglamorous step. Not because life is short and dramatic and urgent, but because it's yours, and it deserves to actually be lived.